Hey, it's Matt. Welcome back to another tool haul video. Today I have a thrift haul that I picked up for 16 bucks. Let's see if I got my money's worth. We have a flashlight over here, a Guidesman. I just kind of threw this in the bag. Didn't really know if it was going to work or not, but I threw some batteries in there and sure enough, it works. So I have a cheapo flashlight just to throw in the truck. Got a straight line, string line reel with some red chalk in there that'll never get off of my fingers. A little blowgun with a busted tip on the rubber, a little magnet telescoping thing. We have a pretty cool little Hansen set of drill bits, or drill taps, I should say. We have a 440, a 632, an 832, a 1024, a 1032, and we're missing the quarter 20. But they look like they're brand new, never used, so I figured I'd snag up on that. I definitely had to snag up on this thing. Got an Xcelite, and it's one of those, what do you call them, convertible or whatever, little nut driver kit. They are screwdriver bits for all of this stuff. I have 2 Allen or hex bits for this, but I have the full set of nut drivers, and I have 2 different handles. We have the 99-2 cm. I believe the 2 would be this shorter one, and then we have the 99-1 cm, and this one is longer than that other one. So I have nut drivers too that are the, one-piece deals that have different handles on them. So some of them are the 2 style, some of them are the 1 style. So I'm trying to build some sets of these Xcelites, but I have mixed matched handle sizes in there. So if you were curious, they did the same for this style too. So we have the quarter, or the little extender that you stick in there, extension, and 2 hex, longer hex ones there as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Had to snag up on that. We have some stubbies that I can throw in my stubby collection. We got a little Vaco Phillips, I think that's a number 1, an Xcelite flat blade, and Vermont American cushioned grip of the crescent kind of style. I believe that's who makes them for them, but a little flat blade there. Another little Vaco little flat blader kind of eyeglass style screwdriver. I think it's missing, see those little 4 dots there, it's missing the pocket clip, so there should be a pocket clip on there, but I snagged it up either way. Got a Stanley longer flat blade. It just has some lacquer on the tip of it, it looks like. A nothing special T15 driver, an Xcelite flat blade. We got a Craftsman 3/8 nut driver, really old V here. You can barely read it. Yeah, 3/8 circle V. So older style nut driver. I don't think I have that one. I think I'm trying to make a set of these old school ones that are really worn out like that. Craftsman little flat blade. And we'll swing over here, I guess. Some hex keys, Eklund. Nothing too fancy, but they've got 2 ball ends up there, so those are all right. And then we have this little angled screwdriver, and it's a Vaco. If you could see that, I think you could see that. A Vaco V. What is that? Is that a 0? That's really hard to see that. A V something -2, but a little 90-degree flat blade screwdriver. So I had to snag up on that. And a couple extensions here. That's a Husky, nothing too special. 2 Master Mechanic deep sockets, a 9mm and a 5/16. We have this really cool blade, little scraper blade here, and it is a Warner, Accuracy Warner tools. So I had to throw that in the bag. Some little forceps, all they say is Pakistan on them, so that's pretty cool. We have a Starrett. How do you pronounce it? Starrett or Starrett? I've heard people say Starrett. Starrett. Number 72. It's been modified on by me because when I grabbed this, it didn't have anything in this hole, and these were about to fall out of there. So I found myself a screw and jammed it in there, and it should have some like rounded knurled nut on there, but I figured I'd throw that in there just to hold it in place for now. We had this really cool monkey wrench, I guess you'd call it, and we have Coes, C-O-E-S, up at the top there. We have, it looks like an A inside a square, maybe some weird little keystone kind of thing down there. And we have the B in the diamond, and another B in the diamond. you could see the pin that holds. This is a solid metal handle that slid on here, and it was pinned, and it was probably peened over on the bottom and then ground off. But really cool. And this is a Billings Coes, whoever. And right now it doesn't really move, so it needs some work. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but I thought that thing was pretty cool. These are pretty cool, I guess. They're not in the greatest shape. These are Craftsman, and they're not USA. They're newer China style little shears, sheet metal shears. And the blades aren't the greatest. They're pretty chewed up, but I figured I'd throw those in the bag. And we got a bunch of these Craftsman torque Xcelite screwdriver Torxes there. And from here up, they're all USA. I think I have a full set of them and an extra T20. So we have a T10, a T50, T20, a 25, and a 30. I don't know if Craftsman made a 27 back in the day. They might have. So I'll have to try to get one of those to fill that set in. And these, we got a T30, a 25, a 20, and a 10. We're missing the 15. These are the newer style China, but they're brand spanking new. So whatever. I figured I'd throw those in there. We have these two really cool. These are like mortise and tenon little drill bits. So they have like a square. Well, I guess I'll pull one out of here. They got a drill bit inside of a square. If you're trying to drill a square, punch a square into some wood, you would use something like this. It's got the drill bit in there, and the drill bit will come along and drill, and then it'll poke out that square around it as you push it down through there. I guess, I don't know, I've never used one, but I have two of these now, I guess, so I might as well try to build some sort of project that requires the use of one of these. We have a 5/16 and a 3/8 over there, and some scroll saw blades. Olson, it's a 6-pack, but it's missing one, so we got a 5-pack. So figured I'd throw that in the bag as well. And last but not least, I think this paid for, you know, a little bit of it. One of these clamps, a Bessie clamp, Germany. Works fine, works great. Really nice clamp. So that made it worthwhile too. So I think I did pretty good here. What do you think? Oh, and I also got a bunch of like hardware and stuff too that I jammed in the bag. Every time I go there, I try to jam, you know, stuff like this in there, especially brass. If I see anything brass that doesn't have a, you know, a normal price tag on it, it can be thrown in the grab bag. So, and also fasteners in the bag. There's some more brass there, some number 12 wood screws. Has some Loctite, some red Loctite thread locker. And it's Loctite brand 271, little teeny tiny vials. Those are nice to, you know, throw one of those in the toolbox in the pack out or something. And then just a little piece of brass for a compression fitting or something that can be scrap if it wants to be. And this is like a filter. I think there's a screen. Oh, that's a nice noise, huh? There's a screen down inside of here. I think it's some sort of filter for something. I don't know. Yeah, screen down in there. But I just got it for just the brass, for the scrap value. If I could fit it in the bag, I already got my money's worth out of there. So if I can get some cool brass to melt down, that is neat. Got two hose clamps there or what have you. Some cable. I think that's 1/8 inch or a little bigger maybe. Cable, a couple of pulleys, and you know, why not? So what do you think? 16 bucks for all of that hardware as well. I think I did pretty good. What was your favorite thing? I don't know, man. I really like that. I'm gonna have to get that up on the Evil Bay. That'll be a nice nice kit for somebody to have. It's pretty cool. But I don't know, I kind of like this Billings little monkey wrench down here. I'll have to get that thing going. But let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have another one for you next week. Thanks.